Nevada and Florida are battleground states again, at least according to the latest Electoral College map coming out of CNN. Last week they were classified as leaning Democratic. Now they've gone back to a more traditional toss-up type status. According to figures, there are 87 electoral votes up for grabs in the battleground states. Florida's 29 will be the biggest on the prize. 270 is the magic number you need to win the White House. What is the impact of the Electoral College system on you, the voter? Political
psychologist Dr. Bart Rossi is joining us with some analysis this morning. Thank you so much for being here, Dr.
Nice to be here again.
What were the founding fathers thinking? Why have the Electoral College? A lot of people wonder that.
The why of it all,
right?
And the psychology and the thinking behind it. And James Madison really framed it out, worrying about different factions. That's the word he used, that there might be different factions in America that could undermine the election or undermine democracy. A weird group or an oddball group at some point in time that could really be subversive. So he didn't really trust one vote for one person, and therefore we went into an electoral college where all the states were considered to have some value, some more than others. And for example, here in Florida, why do we have 29? How does that develop?
Right.
Well, 29 comes from 27 different congressional districts, and then you add 2 more because we have 2 senators, like every other state. So that's how we get to 29. In California, it would be 55 because there's 53 and 2. By the way, each congressional district has about 700,000 people, pretty much the same all over.
Right.
So the thinking here is really quite interesting. Do we really want to go back and have a vote, you know, a total vote? Or should we keep the Electoral College?
And what is the psychology of this Electoral College of people thinking, you know, does my vote count for as much as I think it does? Because if you're a Republican in California, your vote's worthless.
Right.
That's right, and that's a great point. And that's why I kind of lean in the direction of 1 vote per person, so that you know that your vote counted. I mean, if you're voting and then, you know, your state doesn't go in the direction that you want it to go in, where did that vote actually go? Like you're saying, it kind of disappeared. So I'm not sure that, you know, the James Madison thinking of a faction overwhelming the country is really there right now, the way we are, you know, as a populace, and certainly a different body than we were when he was talking about it as a founding father.
At that point, then, do you think it is obsolete? I mean, you look back to Bush-Gore, where one won the electorate, one won the popular vote. Obviously, people were upset then.
Well, what I like about this argument is that there's really 2 sides.
Right.
You know, and the founding fathers did have a good idea here in some respects. But I wonder if now we shouldn't really move in the direction of 1 vote and have it just a total vote and someone who gets the most should win. I think that we might be past some of the thinking that the founding fathers had to deal with then when it was a much smaller country.
Now, I heard you mention this along the psychology of voting in the newsroom about splitting the ticket, because there's a lot of talk, you know, Democrats, some of them don't want to vote for Hillary, there are Republicans who don't want to vote for Donald Trump. Will they go the other way and vote differently down ticket? Do people actually split their votes?
Another great question, because typically we don't split ballots. It's a very small percentage. We don't even know exactly what it is, probably 5 to 10% maybe, or less. But will that change in this election? Because it's such a different election cycle, and with such a volatile person like Donald Trump, and such a hot person on the other side with Hillary Clinton, with so many issues on both sides, will it make a difference? So this election might be different in the sense that more people actually split the ballot. The thinking might be going in that direction.
All right, only time will tell. Thank you so much, Dr. Rossi,
Thanks
for being here as always. We appreciate it.
News this morning. We'll be right back. It's 8:38.